Okay, so we are Pirke Avoth, Perek Dalet, mishna12. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Heve Zahir b'Talmud, shekigigat Talmud ole zadon. Rabbi Yehuda says you have to be very careful in what you learned, because forgetting what you learned is considered purpose. You can't say I didn't mean it. Not meaning something doesn't mean one is what? One is off the hook. Doesn't mean that. A beautiful, beautiful case yesterday in Gemara. We were learning Gemara Kama. Gemara Kama talks about, Mr. Rishon is here, somebody, a shochet, came and did shechita, and he messed up. Or you went to an expert for another opinion, a plumber, this and that, doesn't matter. Any other professional. They messed up. So are they responsible? Are they not responsible? You brought the guy to fix your pipe. Not only he didn't fix your pipe, he broke your sink also. So what happens now? So Yonas is an unbelievable thing. If he is not truly an expert, if he just dabbles a little bit in plumbing, if he's been taught the halachot of shechita, but he hasn't done it practically enough times to be an expert yet, then his responsibility is 100%. He has to pay. If he's an expert and something happens out of control, that's something that we have to discuss, because every job has certain element of risk. Every plumber, he could be the best plumber. Sometimes things are like this. You open one thing, they break. But if he's not fully an expert, then you can't give me that excuse that things happen. What do you think happen? If you're not an expert, you should have stayed back. You don't belong here. If you have learned Ilchot Shechita, but you haven't done it enough times to be truly comfortable, you should inform me and you should let me know. You can't dare people that have a little bit of opinion about something. Most dangerous people. Most dangerous people. Everybody has a little bit of opinion about medicine, about this and that. Most dangerous people. Most dangerous. You have to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. Not knowing something is, according to halacha, this is Pirke Avoth. It's telling us how to live. But I'm telling you, even in the realm of financial responsibility, it's considered 100% negligence. 100% negligence. You need to know better. Someone told me, it's unbelievable. Someone told me in American legal system it works like that also. It's a certain procedure, a certain type of CPR or whatever. A nurse could do it, a doctor could do it, a resident cannot do it. How could a nurse do it and a resident and not be able to do this? It was a certain procedure. So how could you not let a resident, if you let nurses do it, how could you not let it? He said, because it's too much responsibility. The residents are not fully expert. They are not doctors yet, but they are more liable than the nurses. The nurse, if the nurse has to do it, so she did whatever, he did the best of everything. But a resident, they're really open to all types of liability, because they are expected to know better, not to touch such a thing that they're not fully. But nurses, we don't expect them that. It's very interesting. I can't really wrap my hand around it. But be that as it may, the concept is true, because you know more, you must realize not to touch things that you're not fully an expert in. You must know that. You must realize that that's not my cup of tea. We always, feel that it's something to boast about. I know about this, I know about that, I know. And we know, we more or less, all of us have been around. We have some ideas about everything. And we have some ideas about, electrical systems, some ideas about plumbing, this and that. But then we start having opinions and we start telling people what to do. We should know he carries responsibility with it. He carries responsibility. A little bit knowledge is very, very dangerous. So Shigegat Talmud Ole Zadon. Someone who forgets the knowledge, he doesn't fully know, it's Ole Zadon. It's considered, as far as halacha goes, it's considered what? Zadon. If you purposely damage, if you purposely hurt. A doctor who hasn't kept up to date or doesn't remember what he's studied because he's not into it enough, and the same applies over here. He's saying to halakha, to Torah, don't remember the Torah that we learned, we forget, it's considered zadon, it's considered on purpose. Rabbi Shimon Omer Shelosha Ketarim Hem. Rabbi Shimon says there are three types of keter, three types of crowns. Keter Torah, Keter Kehuna, Keter Malchut. There is Keter Torah, the crown of Torah. Keter Kehuna, and the Kehuna, Kohen. And the crown of priesthood, as we call it, of being a Kohen. Keter Malchut, and the royal crown, the crown of kingdom. Keter Shem Tov, however, the crown of a good reputation, Ola al Gaber, works better than all of them. At the end of the day, what you have, what a person truly owns is his reputation. Nothing else you truly own. You don't own anything as much as you own your reputation. Things could come and go, beauty could come and go, power could come and go. Gemara talks about Rabbi Yosef. Rabbi Yosef got sick, Achwan Islam, and he forgot all his Torah. Everything he knew. He was like the Rosh Hashiva. He knew everything. Rabbi Yosef says, Marech. Rabbi Yosef was the one that knew everything. Anybody had a question, because there was nothing he didn't know, Gemara Brachot says. And then, when he was old, he got sick. I don't know, Gemara doesn't say what it was. He probably had a stroke. Forgot everything.
Alzheimer?
No, that wasn't Alzheimer's, because he got better.
Uh-oh.
I had a stroke. He forgot everything. You could be, right, a very knowledgeable person yesterday, and 2 days later you didn't know anything. Well, reputation is what you truly own. Your reputation is the one thing that is truly yours. It defines who you are. It truly is something you acquired with your action, with your day-to-day, minute to minute, how you are, what you do. That reputation, people's reputation is what they are, who they are. People have a reputation. They're this. They're forgiving. They're not forgiving. They're exacting. They're this. They're this. Right? It's beyond everything else. Beyond everything else. Okay, let's see what Rambam has to tell us about the different ketarim, the different crowns.
You can lose the reputation.
You could have. If you change. So you don't have that anymore. Somebody was a nice person. Now he's become a mean person, so he loses his reputation. But he cannot lose the reputation that is yours. If you're still nice, you're still nice. It's just, it doesn't go away. Even that, he used to be nice, it's worse. So he used to be a nice person. Now he's got a mean streak about him. It's even worse. But, okay, let's see what Rambam says. Elu shalosh ha'ma'alot tovot. These three advantages, the three ketarim, the three crowns that he called, we got it when Torah was given. When Torah was given, we were given three crowns. Crown of Torah, crown of Kehuna, and crown of Malchut. So the crown of Kehuna was given to Aaron. So crown means what? Crown apparently means a certain advantage, a certain privilege that you were given. You're a Kohen. Baruch Hashem, we have a good few Kohanim in this room. Right? So I'm a Kohen. Don't have to do anything with it. I was born with it. It's an advantage automatically that comes in. Kehuna zacha b'Aaron. Malchut zacha bo David. Malchut was given to David HaMelech and his dynasty. Keter Torah, however, the crown of Torah, munach lechol mi she'yiseh leitater bo, is available anyone who wants to seize it. Anybody who wants to seize the crown of Torah is available. It's available to anyone. Chachamim tell us, Shema Tomar, שזה הכיכה פחות משווים האחרים. Lest you think that the Keter Torah, the crown of Torah, is less than the other two, Enoken, it's not true. אבל גדול הוא משניהם. It's greater than the other two. ובו יהיו השניים, and the other two look up to that. Why? שנאמר בי מלכים ימלוכו. Torah says בי מלכים ימלוכו. Kings come to me to find ideas, Torah says. ורוזנים יחוקקו צדק, and to find laws that are true. Kohanim, how to do, what not to do, they come to Torah. ואמר בי שרים יסורו, אבל כתר שם טוב מגיע מאת תורה. Now, how do you get כתר שם טוב? מאת תורה. From knowing Torah, you get שם טוב. But once you know Torah, you know how to act. You know how to solve problems. You know how to deal with different type of people. It's an unbelievable thing. I see a lot of times the problem is, somebody is nice. They want to be nice people, but they're nice the same to all different people. You can't treat all different people the same. What may be nice for this is not nice for the other person. A lot of times some people, you got to share some things with it. But what is more important, I see sometimes people don't realize that. Some people, some stuff you don't tell them, it's better. Right? Don't bother them with certain things. Don't pressure it. They just can't handle it. They can't deal with it. So now these ideas, how to know, how to deal with different person, to truly appreciate what the Gemara says, Keshem she parsufen ena shavot kach deoten ena shavot. Just as we know people look different, their face is that no two faces are the same. No two personalities is the same either. To appreciate that, you need to learn Torah. To appreciate that, you need to pick up on really the halachot that Torah teaches us. Again, last night we were learning it. Unbelievable thing. Unbelievable story. Just, Gemara says a person came to Rav. He had hired a shochet to slaughter an animal, a chicken, doesn't matter. Slaughter an animal, I think it was. And the person, he didn't do such a good job. It was questionable. It was questionable if this shechita is a good shechita or not. So he came to Rav. He showed him, here it is, this is what he did. Kosher or not kosher? So what did Rav tell him? Rav told him, it's not kosher. You can't eat it. But you can't tell the shochet to pay you either. So we would have said both ways he lost. So he goes out. Gemara says, Rav Kahana and Rav Elazar, two big rabbis saw. He said, what happened? What are you doing here? He had the piece of the neck that he showed Rav. So what he said, told them the story. Here is what happened, and this is what the rabbi told me. So they told him Tartav. They said, wow, Rav relied on two different halachot for you. So Gemara says, it all depends how they would have said it. If they said, oh, Rav dealt with you in contradiction, you lost both ways, right? That would be an absolute lashon hara. That would be rechilut. He went to the rabbi and he come to him, you know what? The rabbi really, put you at a disadvantage here. You don't have the meat and you have no recourse to ask him to compensate you. But Yomara says that's not how they said it. The tone of the voice How you come across makes all the difference in the world. He said, he relied on 2 halachot. He made sure you end up going home clean. It's questionable shechita. It's not 100% good shechita. It's not clear if it's a good shechita. It's not a bad shechita. So he didn't let you eat it. He saved you from the chance of eating asur. At the same time, he didn't let the shochet pay you because maybe the shochet didn't mess up. And what, you want to go after 120 years? They say you took money from someone who you didn't deserve. You stole money from the shochet. You made the shochet pay you for the cow. And you stole money. You're going to go after 120 years for, let's say, $100. $200 the cost of the animal. For the $200, you want to have non-kosher money in your house. Non-kosher money in your pocket. So that's what they told him. He said, you see what Rav did to you? You see what Rav did to you? He saved you on both fronts. On one hand, it's questionable. Don't eat it. On the other hand, it's questionable. Don't accept money that may not be yours. So that type of talk, imagine, it could really make up the guy's day. This guy just had a rough day. He lost his... So you tell him, you bring it into perspective. You bring it into perspective. You tell him, or you could tell him, look, he relied on 2 different halacha. As far as the shechita, he told you the more stringent opinion. As far as the money, he went with the lenient that it's a good shechita and didn't let him pay you. But when you explained to him, look, Rav looked out for you, which is exactly what he did, you made his day. You just made his day. That's Keter Shem Tov. Keter Shem Tov is when you, says Rambam says, when you learn the Torah and apply its concepts in your relationship to everyone else. Ki bahen yagia Hashem hatov ha'amiti. Once you do that, you truly have the correct, the good reputation that one deserves. Okay. That's mishna12. We'll continue. Moshe crown nabu. It was Koran or Panav. Yeah, as if, light. I mean, I don't know. The way I understand, Hakol Azman, Neshamay Dari. Right? Neshamay, unfortunately, is sort of, we don't see it in this world. Moshe Rabbeinu, Ingad Neshamay Gavi Shode Bud, Nazdik Shode Bud Badanesh, is shown through his body, as to Badane Neshamay Mizad Birun. Koran or Panav. A beam of light, or beams of light were coming out of his face. Okay.
Good.